This is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Mafex John Wick Chapter 4, John Wick. I pre-ordered this guy from AmiAmi.com. If you're ordering your Mafex figures from an American website like Big Bad Toy Store, you're probably paying far too much. I'll put a link in the description below. In the meantime, let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, John Wick Chapter 4. This is a John Wick action figure by Mafex. You can see at the bottom, John Wick holding some nunchucks. Here's the figure, the package, a ton of weapons, ton of accessories, ton of interchangeable parts. One side of the package, John Wick Chapter 4. On the other side, John Wick Mafex. This is the 212th figure in the Mafex line. On the back, you can see the figure, a bunch of different display options, a bunch of different accessories, and at the bottom, there is the barcode in case that helps. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting two of these figures. I thought it could be some really good base body for a suited figure like a Bruce Wayne or something like that. But he also has two different distinct looks, so I can at least display them both at the same time. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out, and he comes with quite a bit of stuff. We have the large display stand. He has 17 alternate hands, totaling 19 interchangeable hands, some nunchucks, an old school pistol, a more modern pistol, a sword, an axe, a belt, and then a completely different torso to swap out. He also has two heads. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is John Wick from Chapter 4, played by Keanu Reeves. They've made, I think, two other versions of John Wick, and this is going to be their third one, and it's from the fourth movie. So let's take a look. I'll start with this face here. Likeness to Keanu Reeves is pretty good. He's got that sort of scratchy, incomplete beard, the long hair. The face looks good. I can see it in the eyes, the eyebrow, the forehead. As you go further down, he's got a three-piece suit, black jacket, black vest, white shirt, black tie. It looks like double-jointed elbows, double-jointed knees, dress pants, and dress shoes. I originally got two of these guys because I thought it might make a fantastic Bruce Wayne body on one of those unmasked Bruce Wayne heads that some of the Mafex figures come with. But the fact that it's two different looks, I'm probably going to keep them as is. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And then here's a figure, broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. Let's start off with the display stand. It comes in a bunch of separate pieces. When the main three parts of the display stand are put together, it's going to look like this. We have the large flat base with three different holes to attach the post. Then the post is here. It can rotate at the bottom. It's hinged at the bottom, hinge in the middle, hinge near the top, rotation near the top, and a clamp to hold your figure. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 20 of them, 11 right hands, and 9 left hands. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And then his second pair of hands. This is a pair of default hands. They would look good relaxed at his sides. Then, with a couple of completely open hands. And now, with a couple of thumbs up hands. Here's John Wick, with a couple of gripping hands with trigger fingers. And here, with another pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers, with a little bit more of a prominent trigger finger. And here, with a couple of, I don't know, almost pinching hands. They could hold something very small. Here's John Wick, with a couple of gripping hands, and then with two more gripping hands with a slightly smaller grip. And he has two more individual right hands that are bandaged up. This one is a fist, and his one last right hand is an open hand with a bandage on it. Now let's take a look at his heads. He has a total of 2 of them. Here's a look at his first head. This one has a normal expression, the scratchy beard, and his hair is fairly kept in place. And here's his second head. This one has maybe a slightly angrier expression, and the hair is a little more in disarray, a little more to the front. Now let's check out his alternate torso. We have one torso with a white shirt. Well, they both have the white shirt, but one has a black vest and the black jacket on top, and one just a plain white shirt. Here's a look at John Wick with the first torso. This one has a black jacket and black vest on. And here, with the second torso, this one simply has the white shirt and black tie. He also has his belt, which can be attached to the white torso. And then here's John Wick, with that belt attached. Now let's get to his weapons. He has a total of 5 weapons. Here's the first one, and this is a pair of nunchucks. We have what looks like brown wooden handles, and a little chain connecting them together. Here's a look at John Wick, holding that nunchuck. Next, he has both a sword and an axe. So the axe, complete black, no real paint detail, but a little bit of sculpting on the handle. And the sword looks like katana, nice detail on the handle there, and then a very long blade. Here's John Wick holding that sword, which he can hold with either one hand or with two. And here's John Wick holding that axe. Now the axe itself has a very large sort of ball at the bottom, makes it hard to put in his hand, so they make it so it splits into two pieces to easily put it into his hand. And now for his guns. He has two of them. One is a real old school type pistol. Detailing's pretty nice. And the other one is a modern pistol, and the detailing, the top, the different paint, very well done. Here's John Wick holding that old school style pistol, pointing it right at you. And then holding a little more modern and standard version. And I did get two of these John Wick figures. Originally, I planned to use one as John Wick, and one as maybe a base body for Bruce Wayne. But now that I found out they have two different looks, I'll probably keep them both as John Wick. And in some ways, I regret not getting a third one. Here's a look at 5 Bruce Wayne figures I made with various Mafex custom body parts. We have Christian Bale head on a Ben Affleck body, Ben Affleck head on a Christian Bale body, Hush Bruce Wayne head on a John Wick body, and then both Galahad and Eggsy from Kingsman with Christian Bale heads on them. I thought the Ben Affleck head would look good on the John Wick body without the jacket, and then the Hush Bruce Wayne head would look good on the 3-piece suit body. I'll tell you, I think they both came out pretty nice. Now that we're taking a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.2 inches tall, which can translate to just under 16 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, he can rotate from side to side. He can look up, not too much because the hair, and down about that far. Can tilt his head at least the tiniest bit from side to side. He does have articulation at the top of the neck where the head connects, and the bottom of the neck as well. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Ball joint, up, down, around. He's got these drop-down shoulders, which really don't look that bad. They did a pretty good job with those butterfly joints. Pop them back in, looks normal, but it's going to give you a bigger range of motion. Double jointed elbows, they go in about this far. He does have some rotation in the bicep. Not a bicep cut. It's pretty well done, hidden nicely. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged. In his torso, he has a ball joint. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion. I get more out of the waist than the torso on him. Legs, almost complete to splits. Ball joints, drop down hips. They look bad like this, but push them right back in. A little bit of rotation. Then go forward all the way. Back not much. Looks like single jointed knee. And his ankle. Forward and back the tiniest bit. Rotate. Tilt a rock. And of course, toe articulation. Here's a look at this Mafex Chapter 4 John Wick. Both versions in an old ruined building. Now let's check them out. Next is some of their action figures. Starting off with some of their John Wick and Keanu Reeves figures. Here they are. Next to Mafex's first John Wick figure. I believe this one is based off of Chapter 1. And here they are, with the Mafex John Wick figure based off Chapter 2. Here are all the different Mafex John Wick figures they've made so far. I believe Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and then a couple from Chapter 4. Now there's a Chapter 3 version coming in the near future, which is odd to be releasing the Chapter 3 after the Chapter 4, but whatever. And I don't have the Mezco 112 Collective John Wick. I wish I did. But here they are next to a Kingdom John Wick 112 scale legendary Hitman figure. This is a third-party, unauthorized, unlicensed John Wick figure. Here they are, next to my DST or Diamond Select Toys John Wick figures. Huge scale difference. Diamond Select Toys make 7-inch scale figures, and Mafex 6-inch scale figures. These Diamond Select are way taller than their average 7-inch figures, so they're pretty big. I have 3 different versions. One with the black shirt, one with the white shirt, and one with the black shirt, and the tie floating in the wind. I believe there's a white shirt one with a tie floating in the wind. And I wouldn't mind having that one, but it's not a very big deal. So then here would be all of my John Wick figures. 6-inch scale, 7-inch scale, Mafex, Diamond Select, third party. The ones that I don't have that I'd be interested in would be the Mezco version, the Diamond Select one with the white shirt and the tie floating in the wind. And there's an upcoming Mafex one from Chapter 3. So the collection continues. Here are these Chapter 4 John Wick figures, next to an Anton Custom, third-party unauthorized Keanu Reeves Constantine figure. And here they are, next to a couple of Matrix Keanu Reeves figures. And finally, here they are, next to a League of Super Pets Batman figure. In that movie, Batman was voiced by Keanu Reeves. Now let's check them out, next to some other Mafex figures. Here they are, next to a couple of Mafex Bruce Wayne figures. And here they are, next to a Mafex Eggsy and Galahad from Kingsman. Then, with the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 from both Terminator 1 and 2. Here they are, next to several different Mafex Batman figures. And now, with several different Mafex Batman villains. Now let's check them out, next to some other recent Mafex figures that I've gotten. Here's the John Wick Chapter 4 figure, next to the Nightfall Batman and Bane. And here they are, next to the Dark Knight Returns Batman and Joker. This is the Batman that came with the deluxe horse set, and Joker that came with the plaid jacket and cotton candy. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how they fit in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix them with. Since these John Wick figures are Mafex, they're 6-inch scale, I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work my way larger. Here they are, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures. And now, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends, and some more Mafex figures. Here they are, next to a container of dillweed. And here they are, next to some Mattel, DC, and Mezco figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some NECA and DC Direct figures. Next, with some Diamond Select and Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. And finally, next to some McFarlane toys. So overall, these are some very nice John Wick figures. They're definitely an improvement over the previous Mafex John Wick releases. Their accessories are magnificent. Endless amount of hands, 5 weapons, alternate torsos, and different interchangeable options. It all looks really good. I personally prefer the 3-piece suit version to the white shirt version, but I'm happy to have them both. The articulation is pretty good. No real complaints there. It's actually very well done. The butterfly joints are hidden nicely. Drop down shoulders and hips. Really doesn't look too bad. Sculpt and paint job, excellent. If I were to rate these figures, I'm going to give them a 7.5 out of 10. Very solid release. Best John Wick I have so far. Looking forward to seeing the next Mafex version. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.